Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our second edition of the weekly wrap-up. Before I get started today, I want to thank a few people. First of all, I want to thank the teachers and staff, as well as the parents and the students for all of their hard work in making the transition to this distant or online learning format that we're implementing now. Week 2 just got finished up, and I can definitely say after talking to everybody that week 2 went a lot better than week 1 did, and I believe that as we continue through this format, then you will start to see people settle into more of a routine, and there will be more of a balance in the workload as well as the returned work from students. We do understand that some of you are still working parents, and so just try to get this done on your time frame. Make sure you communicate with your teachers as much as possible. Some of the things that I thought was really cool this week that I saw was everybody was trying to communicate via technology as much as possible. We had kindergarten, first grade, second grade. They were on Zoom trying to communicate with their students. Mrs. Clark was actually teaching first graders today up here in her new classroom. Right over here where her craft room used to be is now her classroom. She was teaching kids this morning, and I know kindergarten, second grade were also teaching students via Zoom. The upper elementary grades were using everything from Seesaw to Google Classroom and connecting with students via distance as well. And it's just neat to see how they are using technology to implement this new style of learning. At the junior high and high school, I know every teacher has communicated with their students distant as well via different technology like Zoom or whatever else. I know the other day Alex's junior biology class was actually dissecting a crayfish with Mrs. Aesop, and she was using her phone as a document camera and showing students how the dissection of a crayfish would go, and they were filling out worksheets as they went through it, and she was able to video that and post it for those students that were not able to tune in at that time. They could watch the video later. It's really neat to see how everybody's making this work, and we appreciate everything that's going into it. We're going to enter into week 3. Got a couple of quick announcements. First of all, this coming week will be a 4-day week. We will still observe Good Friday, so there will be no class work on Friday of this coming week. This past Monday was the last day of the legislative session. It was veto day. There was a couple bills passed for education. The first one was Senate Bill 188, and that basically gave power to the Secretary of Ed during a state of emergency to waive instructional hours that were in state law. And so these days that we're doing distance learning are going to count towards our required hours. And so we will continue to work through that towards the end. With that in mind, a couple calendar things is obviously the first week that we were out, closed by the state, we did not do any distance learning. That Monday, which was March 16th, we will use as our second snow day. And the other 3 days we will make up. One of those days we made up today. We will make up the second one on Easter Monday, and the third one will be made up on Friday, April 24th. That will get us back to even with our days, and every day past that day will be a normal calendar day. Right now, our plan is to still finish up on May 20th. That will still be our last day of the school year. Right now, we're still closed through May 1st. We're hoping that we will be back in May 4th, but obviously as things progress, we will have to reassess that as we go, and the state will make determination of whether schools will reopen on May 4th or not. We will keep you informed as we find out more information. Please make sure that you're staying safe, you're staying healthy. Check up on those friends and family members. Try to stay connected as much as you can. Hope you all have a great weekend and a great week next week. Thanks for tuning in.